What's up, people? It's your man, Urban Lover, coming from your mama's basement, baby. And I know y'all watched that game yesterday. Very hype. A beautiful game, my mom will say. It's going to be a lot more good than negative. Like I said, I'm not going to really try to be so biased on the aspect of the game based on the fact it's preseason. And, the coaching staff just basically want to see what they have, who they're going to play, how can they adjust. So, it's all about basically trying to find that rhythm and find that, that sense of styleability from each player. And I noticed that Jordan Clarkson may come off the bench, but I'm going to get into that later. But I want to talk about the things that the Lakers need to work on that I've seen in the last 3 games. And it's not that much, which is not bad compared to last year. So we're going to have a lot more good than bad, which is beautiful because that means that we're going in the right direction. One thing I noticed. First and foremost, they did get out this time. They didn't play slow. They didn't, swagger behind, down by 8 and then made their way back and stuff like that. They actually was competitive the first half, at the beginning of the game. Also on top of that, the biggest thing that I always notice is that the same thing I discussed all through my last videos, my previous videos, and now today. Interior defense. We played pretty good. We stuck with Denver, but our interior defense it needs to pick it up, and that's from all the centers. I'm not going to just focus on Miles Government. You're not going to just focus on Zubac, but I'm talking about all our centers. They really need to focus on, knowing how to fight through pick and rolls, know how to get back and defend the basket. There was too many backdoor cuts, too many easy shots in the paint, and the biggest of all, which is this game, is rebounding. Denver had so many opportunities to that have putbacks, and we didn't even capitalize on that, or even try to make an adjustment to stop that. Like they were just doing whatever they want in the paint, and that kind of bothers me because like in the last 3 games, we really haven't been doing anything interior and defensive wise to stop anybody. And they come in and do what they want. And remember, Denver's a team that's sitting at the bottom with us as well, but they do got one dude who pretty much was decent. And I'll talk about him a little later, but I want to break down the team chemistry. Because like I said, the main thing is the interior defense and the backdoor cuts that get the other teams easy opportunities to the basket. And we have to eliminate that. That's one of the biggest things. The other thing is rebounding. Now, one person I'm really going to pick on is because he did pretty good last season. And this preseason, he's scoring more. And it really, to me, like I said, I'm not going to beat on him, but his game hasn't really changed much. I mean, if you watch the game and you observed it, if you notice that Julius Randle game has not changed from the previous year. They gave him shots, jump shots, he couldn't hit them, so he went to the basket. A lot of times he was real erratic, he was basically throwing up stuff. The first couple plays looked good. Then like later on, he was just forcing up a lot of shots, and they were dropping. That's the funny thing, but his old style of play last year was in the play this year. The biggest thing I've seen with Julius Randle is that his rebound has dropped off tremendously. I'm looking at it is that he's looking more to score than actually play rebounder, because right now nobody on our team is giving us 10 boards in these preseason game. And I know like Miles Government, he only played like not so many minutes, but in 13 minutes I think he only had like 1 board. I mean, that's to me is not good. A good look for our team on the interior defense and rebounding side of things. Now, like I said, I'd rather for Julius Randle to play more of the bully beast that he was last year. Be more physical down low. I know a lot of fans say, oh, he should get a jump shot. He should make more shots outside. But what y'all fail to realize is this. We have shooters. You need somebody down low to bang bodies, to grab them rebounds, to be the utility man. Somebody that can actually, when they miss shots, that person there to get the ball back, grab the rebound and basically put it back in. These last 3 games, Julius Randle has not been showing me that. And I know we say, well, it's the preseason. I understand. Like I said, I'm not trying to beat him down. But at the same time, he is getting over 20-something minutes. So you think that with 20-something minutes, you still would see signs of him grabbing at least 7 or 8 boards. I mean, there was one sequence where it was one Denver Bronco. Sorry. It was one Denver Nugget. And the Denver Nugget player was grabbing it. Well, he went in to score. And it was 3 Lakers uniforms around him. He missed the layup, went back and got his own rebound. And then, he missed again. The Lakers try to, grab the rebound. This dude he fell out of bounds. The dude fell out of bounds, so another guy from Denver came in, grabbed the rebound over top of these 3. He missed. The guy that fell out of bounds came back, got his rebound, and actually scored. So they had like three extra opportunities in order to score. And that's what the Lakers really need to do. They need to be better on boxing out, keeping players from just doing what they want inside the paint. And I know Luke Walton and them are really going to adjust to that. That's right. Right now, they're basically trying to see what it is that they got and what can they do in order to make things changes. Like I said, it's not that many small things that's hurting us. Which is a beautiful thing, because we don't right now. Like I said, the biggest two things is rebounding, boxing out, in order to get the rebound, and keeping people outside the paint. Other than that, everything else is pretty good. The perimeter defense been pretty good. Yeah, we probably lack on certain plays, but not as much compared to what was last year. The guys play pretty good defense. I mean, at the end of the day, you could defend a guy well, but if he's a good shooter, he's going to bang that shot 9 times out of 10. And a lot of them guys from Denver can shoot. So the Lakers played pretty good. They did well to me. And I'm gonna just break down some stats, man, for this game. And I think that's a beautiful thing to look at. Number one, our field goal percentage, man. We shot 53% from the field. 3-pointers, way up. I love it, man. I mean, freaking Sweet Lou, man, came in there, was like, oh my gosh. I said trade the dude because he inconsistent sometimes. But last night, man, he put on a clinic. I mean, him and D'Angelo Russell, and I'm going to get on them later, but I just want to get through the things real quick and then get to the players. 3-point percentage, they shot 50%, so that's good. They made 50% of their shots. That's a beautiful sign. Free throws, the last 2 games, they struggled. This game, they starting to pick it up. They shot 70% compared to them shooting 60-something% the last 2 games. Now, they definitely got out-rebound. Denver had 54 to their 29. 15 coming off the offensive for Denver. We only had 2 offensive rebounds. That's not good, and we got to do better on rebounding. Assists, pretty much all right. Like I said before, a couple of guys had turnovers based on the fact that players are not used to them passing. Like D'Angelo Russell, he passed the play to Lou Williams, and Lou Williams wasn't ready for it. Well, he didn't cut right, and the ball went out of bounds at one play alone. So our assists will be up more once players start to adjust and get more comfortable with other players around them. So that's not a bad thing. Blocks, we had 4 blocks. I like to see, like I said before, I like to see more from them centers. I like to see them really being aggressive, going after those balls. Not looking always to score, because everybody can score. We don't always need every score. We need somebody to become the utility factor to stop the offense from scoring, so we can play better defense. Because actually, if a defender, matter of fact, a center, if a center blocks a shot or prevent a player from scoring and grab a rebound, whatever it may be, that's a fast break opportunity for us. Because why? When you stop an opponent, most likely 9 times out of 10, 2 or 3 of those opponents are going to try to crash to the board to get the ball. So if we stop the opponent and actually outlet to somebody on a fast break, it's easy scoring opportunities for us. So that wasn't too bad. And that's one of the things I wanted to point out. Now, the beautiful thing is, I'm going to say this real quick. Offense, man, we was on fire, especially D'Angelo Russell. He came out shooting. He was 13 for 19, 4 for 7 behind 3. This boy had a sweet shot. He scored 33 points. He can score at will outside that paint. This is the main reason why I think that he should be a 2 instead of a point. I mean, he could play point, but I love him to be a 2 because why? Shoot first, pass second as a shooting guard, and I love it. I mean, I love D'Angelo Russell game. I was real biased about him last year because we didn't get Jahlil Okafor, but as time went on, he grew on me. I love his game. I love his energy. I love his pride, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you need that. You need that motivation. I love it. D'Angelo Russell, like I said, he's going to be my highlight film because I'm constantly going to talk about him. He's always going to be in the spotlight. It's on him. I'm happy. He's showing the non-believers that he belongs in the NBA. Go ahead, Russell. Do your thing, D-Lo. You D-Load on these people. Lou Williams, you came out. You proved me wrong in this game, dude. You was 8 for 15. You looked good. Sometimes I kind of cringe because sometimes you do ISO plays, and I know eventually you're going to get out of that because I start to see that you're starting to play within the team chemistry. So you did pretty good, You shot 4 for 7 behind the 3-point arc. You was hot. You only took 15 shots, which is good. Scored 25. You actually went on, I think, a 12-0 run by yourself. That actually helped us beat Denver. So you did your thing, man. Moscow only had 14 minutes. He didn't really play much. He didn't really do too much. I don't know if they nursing the injury or they just wanted to see more of Zubac. But Moscow, he didn't really get to play as much. But in the 14 minutes, like I said before, he only had 2 boards. I said 1, but he only had 2 boards, 1 steal, 1 turnover. He got it. I don't know. I mean, I think he just got to gel with the team. That's what I'm looking at. Once he starts to gel with the team, he'll be a little bit more comfortable. My man, Nick Young. For all y'all haters that hate Nick Young, keep on hating. Like I told y'all, Nick Young will fit this offense. The man came out banging. His whole attitude, demeanor changed. You don't see him doing the little stupid things he used to do on Shaq and the Fool. he's actually playing the game because he knows that in order for him to be traded or go to another team or even stay with the Lakers, he got to build his stock value. He did good. He came out 5 for 8, 2 for 5 behind a 3-point arc, played a little bit defense. You know, he had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. He was a little aggressive. I love it. Nick Young, salute to you, brother. I'm glad that you came out and you played hard. Julius Randle, we already talked about him. 28 minutes. He did score, but I like to see more rebounding from Julius. You know what I mean? I like to see him be a little bit more consistent on the jump shot because the teams are giving it to him. I like to see him actually do a little bit more with it. But I'm still happy with him. I just want to see him to be a little bit more aggressive on the boards because right now he is our best rebounder, according to last year. So I like to see more from him. The second unit really didn't do too much besides Jordan Clarkson. He actually got a block from Bolton, blocked the shot or whatever. But he came out, he did pretty good coming off the bench. And I'm going to make a video based on the fact of seeing Jordan Clarkson, that second unit coming off the bench, and how I feel about that second unit. I know a lot of guys probably would like him to start, me too personally, but like right now, I like the idea of them coming off the bench, him, Larry Nance, and Tariq Black, because it brings energy. And not only that, these guys get out and run. And I'm not saying that the first unit don't run, but it's a good opportunity for us to actually utilize both units. And it's beautiful. I like it. Robinson, physical player. Like to see more from him, but it's okay. He only played 9 minutes. Larry Nance, he didn't do too much this game. He played 17 minutes. But like I said, the biggest thing is that we were getting killed on the boards. Tariq Black still played hustle, rebounding. He hustled, period. The guy is a physical guy. But like I said, I would like to see Tariq Black play more power forward. Center, it all depends on the matchup. Because if you got a bigger guy like the Denver center, I'm not going to keep saying his name because the dude dominated us. He did whatever he wanted in the paint. And these guys couldn't really do anything with him. He had height, he had height, weight, more than some of these players. And he actually took advantage of it. So, depending on the matchup, yeah, Tariq Black can play center. But I would love for him to play more power forward position. Mix it up a little bit. Zubac, he played 9 minutes. He had 2 points, 1 board. He had a couple plays that the guys got around him and actually, scored and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm not going to be beating up Miles Government and Zubac or Black because I feel like at the end of the day, all the centers need to step up. But it is the third game of the preseason. But I like to see more from these guys. Calderon, he came in, played his game. He was 2 for 3 behind the arc. He did pretty good. He came in and and controlled the tempo of the offense, which is good. With Jordan Clarkson playing the 2 and Calderon playing the point, so it was pretty good. I like it. Brandon Ingram, 1 for 2. Adjusting to the NBA life. One thing about it, there's no pressure on him because right now the pressure is more on Russell and Clarkson and Randall more than Ingram. So that's a good thing. He's not going to a team where he is the solo star. On here, he can relax, adjust to the game, get comfortable, and eventually he's going to start, doing his thing. One thing about it is that he definitely need to get an upper body strength and also strengthen his legs because I've seen a couple times where, guys were taking him, or a couple times where he went to the basket because he's not strong enough. A lot of times he was getting, knocked down, or pushed back. But it's all good. I was happy. I was excited about the game. I love it. I love just the energy. These guys came on, they really played. Like I said, the 2 things they need to work on: rebounding, boxing out, and actually, preventing guys from getting in the paint doing what they want. Once they fix these 2 things, it would be much better. But this only preseason, you're not getting to see Miles Government play a lot. So we don't know what we're really going to get from Miles Government until the regular season come or until Luke Walton decided to play him more minutes. But you got to remember, we got 4 centers. So Luke got to find a way to get all those guys to play in order to see what he got as a backup behind Miles Government. So I'm happy. I know y'all should be happy. Y'all should be excited. I would be yelling if I was y'all. If y'all got to see the game, if you didn't, please find a way to go look at it. It was beautiful. They bring a lot of energy. Like I said, I don't care if they win or lose. It was exciting to watch them. Man, D'Angelo Russell, man. Good mugger. This guy arms his arms on fire. This dude was like NBA Jam. He's on fire. It's your man Urban Lover. Like, share, and subscribe. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you like. Have a beautiful day. Stay blessed and be safe out there.